are back here live at the Averett Sports Network, where we have a competition between the number 5 seeded Greensboro College Pride versus the number 1 seeded Averett Cougars here in the Grand Center. This is a USA South Volleyball tournament matchup. Both teams trying to move on to the next round. Greensboro was able to take down Salem just a few hours ago. Salem went up 2-0 in the matchup, and then Greensboro fought all the way back and had 3 unanswered sets to win the game to take it here to where they'll be able to face the Cougars. So let's meet the starters first for the Pride. Number 6, Dixie Folk. Number 7 is Haley Stout. Number 9, Carly Euler. Number 10, Grace Goins. Number 11, Sarah Egbers. Number 18, Natalie Rosinski. And number 20, freshman Sarah Oakes. So let's meet the starters for the Cougars. Number 1, Micah Patterson. Number 3, Lauren Montrin. Number 5, Mackenzie Miller. Number 6, Sarah Shropshire. Number 15, Morgan Barnes. Number 18, Madison Dedes. And also Zamaya Mangum, the big number 23 for the Cougars. Both teams, Greensboro coached by Kevin Troop. Averett coached by head coach Danny Miller. Troop in his 2nd season, Danny Miller in his 25th season here at Averett. And we'll take another quick break as both teams make their way onto the court for set number 1. And we are here live for set number 1. Mackenzie Miller will be first up to serve here for the Averett University Cougars. Goins gets it off to Folk. Folk goes right to Euler. And Greensboro keeps the momentum from the past 3 sets in their first game here in the Grand Center, and they take home the first point. Patterson, great dig. Miller keeps it alive. Mangum trying to find Hardwood. This is Stout. Miller trying to find Barnes. Barnes not able to get it down on the hardwood. It's going to be a double tap against Greensboro Cougars. Stay disciplined. Pick up that first point.
And Eddie, we have a different crowd on hand for game number 2. A lot of fans filled the stadium and the bleachers of the Grand Center here.
And, you know, that's the benefit of having home court advantage. That's why conference games mean so much. Because once you get into this tournament, you really want to have that home court advantage as Mangum brings home another point.
And good sign there. Mangum keeping 2 hits early. Keeping 2 hits early inside the box, picking up points for the Cougars team.
Montrin on the serve. This is Egbers making it happen for the Pride. Their senior outside hitter. Greensboro played very well behind the efforts of Sarah Egbers and Sarah Oakes. Miller looking for Barnes. Barnes trying to go backside on the court, and She finds the place she was looking for, getting tongue-tied. So seniors Harper Scolo and Madison Nadez will both check into the game. Scolo will step back to serve. Cougars with a 1-point lead here.
Scolo with a nice serve to get it over.
Great dig there by Montran. Here we go with Mangum. Mangum, high arcing attack there. Montran. Miller, the no-look attack. Does not find its way to the hardwood. That point will go to the Pride. Double tap against the Cougars. Addie Haywood checking on, and Micah Patterson coming back in for the Cougars.
And the Pride, like you said, Eddie, coming off their last game, which was no longer than 45 minutes ago. We're down 2-0 and stretched it all the way to 5 sets to defeat Salem and try to keep their season alive in hopes to win the Conference USA South Conference title.
Dedez with an attack right in front of the net. Stout trying to go into the defense of the Cougars. Cougars try to find Mangum again. Got to go over, does the Cougars. Miller sends it over. Haywood, nice dig there. Stout sends it over, and Montran not able to get to it. Stout finds an open corner in the Cougars defense and attacks and capitalizes. Haywood will step back to serve. As you mentioned, a great crowd here. Shropshire, nice attack. Meg Hopkins onto the court.
All tied at 4 here. Hopkins to send it away. Hopkins gets it over.
Ball goes out of bounds, and the Cougars pick up a point.
And Hopkins thought about touching that one, Eddie, but pulled back at the last second.
And that's all about trusting your teammates when they call out.
Hopkins send this one over.
Grace Goins able to get up under it. Haywood looks like she's trying to set up Euler, and does. The Cougars able to get a hand to it. Montran trying to find that back line, and Greensboro able to watch that ball go out of bounds.
And that was the first time they set up Montran on the day. You know, Montran, who's been a 4-time Rookie of the Week for this conference, has played great all year. Look to set her up. That's Hopkins setting up Montran again. This time Montran picks up the point.
Mangum will step back to serve. 6-5, close game here.
And Eddie, keep a lookout, as I mentioned, there's a tough serve there to play, but Pride get it. Going to count the point towards the Pride. But Eddie, keep a lookout. Now that the USA South Conference USA South Conference play is underway, the awards should be coming out soon. So Player of the Years, Rookie of the Years, Setters of the Year should be coming out soon. First team, second team. That one travels out of bounds. Point towards the Cougars.
And definitely go to usasouth.net to keep up with the recipient of all of the awards. I know they've started to put some out for soccer and some of the other fall sports, so keep your eyes out for usasouth.net. Point goes to the Cougars there. And you gotta be worried if you're the Greensboro coach, Kevin Troop, if your ladies will get a little fatigued here. They played the maximum amount of sets in the first game. They played 5 sets. And now here they've got at least 3 sets to play with the Cougars. So this is where that conditioning comes in. This is where working in the gym comes in.
Traveled out of bounds, and that's 4 straight points for the Cougars. As you said, you have to wonder if fatigue may set in here. Patterson back to serve. That one's going to fill out of bounds.
Montran making it happen. Lauren Montran bringing the heat for the Cougars.
And Eddie, if the Cougars are to win this game, they will be playing here Friday, November 8th at 6:30 p.m. And if the Pride win, they will be traveling to Huntington to play at 6:30 p.m. Excuse me, Huntington, or the winner of the Company Piedmont game. We'll let you know who won that game soon. The point towards the Cougars, and it looks like Coach Trapper's going to need a timeout. We'll be right back here on the Averett Sports Network.
Mackenzie Miller back to serve again. Cougars lead 12-7, 5-point advantage for the Cougars. Greensboro trying to get back into it. They're not down by much. And that's Euler making it happen for the Pride. Patterson. Miller looking Montran, and Montran picks up the point.
Montran now back to serve, gets it over the net. Greensboro's going to set up somebody on the back line. Tough play there for Sharpshire to make. And the Pride pick up the point. 13-9 here. Cougars are on top. Pride back to serve.
Back and forth these teams go. Looking for Egbers as Greensboro, and Egbers finds Hardwood. Miller looking Barnes. Barnes makes it happen. Scolo and Dedez back in. Scolo steps back to serve. Greensboro only trails by 4 here. So I'd expect them to go to the outside of Euler and Egbers a little bit more as this game weighs on. And even Stout, because Stout has shown in that last game that she can make it happen. She can unleash the power necessary to really make a difference for her team. Addie Haywood on for Egbers. (14-12), just a 2-point advantage for the Cougars. Greensboro trying to battle back. Montran brings the power right down the middle. So 16-11. Ball goes out of bounds. So Greensboro picks up the point, trying to get on a run.
And the Pride just not been able to get over that 4-point deficit, Eddie. Trying to get over here. Meg Hopkins gets under it. Miller's going to set up Magnum. That one's going to chop out of bounds. Pride cut it to 3 here, 16-13. The Dez is going to try to get it over, find a soft spot. Couldn't. Munchin's going to make a nice play on it. Going to set up Mariah Magnum again, and this time she finds the hardwood. As she made it a tough play for a Pride defender to make. She picks it up. Back on top by 4 now is the Cougars. Magnum back to serve.
And the Pride were looking for Natalie Rosinski there. But Rosinski just sends it out of bounds. Dez makes it, almost makes it happen. That was Stout, Haley Stout, able to get a foot to it. And Montran will make it happen. 19-13. Great play there by Haley Stout. Able to get a foot to it. Grace Goins, and then able to keep it alive after that. Ball sails out of bounds. Service error against the Cougars. Greensboro will bring in Alicia Artis to serve. 5-point advantage in favor of the Cougars. Greensboro trying to make that momentum swing their way.
Great dig there by the Pride. Over the front line, just couldn't keep that one in front of them. 15-19 now. Pride trying to make one last run at it.
Another service error, that time against Artis.
And Patterson picks up the service ace there. The Pride defender thought it hit the net and wasn't going to be overshot. It was going to be a service error, but the ball just trinkled a twine there, got over the net, picked it up. Oh, and tough play there for Zamaya Maynard to make. Great shot there. Do not know who got their hand on that for the Pride. They sent a good shot at Maynard and just couldn't get it. Magnum gets that one. Hopkins is going to get it. It's going to set up Muntran. Muntran's going to let that one fly out of bounds.
And that was going to be a hard play to make anyway. That play was set way high into the air. So Greensboro does a good job by watching that one goes out of bounds. 21-17. See what Greensboro can do here. Just a 4-point deficit. Miller looking Montran. Montran gets the ball sent right back at her. Greensboro. That's Egbers and Sarah Oakes doing a good job on the front line there. Miller looking Barnes. Goins doing a good job of trying to keep that ball alive. Egbers makes a diving effort, but to no avail. 22-18.
That's a muncher there. Great dig there by the Pride. Miller's going to set up a sharp shot. Sharp shot. And the Cougars pick up a point.
Miller back to serve. That's Euler. Back to Euler. Patterson able to get under it. Patterson will send it over. Point goes to Greensboro as they try and make a run here at the closing moments of this first set. Edgar sets it up, looking for Stout is the Pride. Greensboro picks up another.
And that's 24-19. Cougars just 1 point off from picking up the first set and going on top 1-0. Muntrin back to serve. Almost picks up the service ace. Great defense there by the Cougars front line. Amazing play there by the Pride to keep it alive. Patterson gets under it. Miller gets under it. Sharpshot gets set up.
Egbers with a great dig there. That's Euler, sends it across. Miller looking, Barnes able to secure the point for the Cougars. 25-19. Cougars take set number 1. We'll be right back here at the Averett Sports Network. And we are back here live at the Averett Sports Network. The Cougars able to take home the first set. Mangum, Miller, looking, Montrin. And that goes out of bounds for a Cougar point here in the first, or in the second set, excuse me. Ball was out of bounds again for the Cougars. Euler looking Egbers. Egbers with a nice attack there. And Montran able to play it just about perfectly.
Cougars up 3-0 early.
And so Greensboro finally able to catch a break as they will send Carly Euler back to serve. That was Folk. Going stout. Mangum, nice dig. Excuse me, nice dig by Mangum. There's another. Miller looking Shropshire.
Shropshire gets it sent right back at her. Excuse me. And the Pride pick up the point.
Cougars doing a great job. That is a service ace. (5-2) Cougars with a 3-point advantage early. Egbers tried to make something happen for her team, but the Cougars able to stay alive somehow. And that's Haley Stout.
Stout just sent a shot, Eddie. Tough play to make there. Pretty 5, the Pride are down. Making them try to get it over, sent it short. That one traveled out of bounds by the senior. It's going to be 6-3. Senior Harper Scolo is going to check in the game. Checks back to serve. Another service ace, this time for Harper Scolo. And back-to-back service aces for Harper Scolo.
And that's what you like to see out of your senior. Come in, make smart plays, make great plays. Scolo almost with another one. And that will be another service ace for Scolo. That's the hat trick of aces there. Egbers puts an end to it. This will bring on Addie Haywood. (9-4) Cougars with a 5-point advantage here in the second set. Perez with a nice attack there. 10-4. 6-point lead for the Cougars. Meg Hopkins in to serve. She comes in for Shropshire.
Hopkins back to send it over. Maynham gets under. They're going to set up to Dez. Great dig there. That one's going to stay in. Maynham thought that one was going to travel out of bounds. And from our angle, it looked like a great call. Thought it stayed in bounds as well.
So Haley Stout back to serve. They trail by 5. Does Greensboro. Patterson, Miller looking Mangum.
Muntrin sends it over. Greensboro's going to look to set up somebody. And Mackenzie Miller picks up the point, finding the hardwood there. Smart play just to send it back over was Miller. Picks up the point. Cougars on top 11-5. And Eddie, as we talked about last game, as the Greensboro College Pride was about in this situation, down about 5 points early on in the first set, how it was a big momentum swing for them if they could win the second set or if they could lose the second set. And we said that it was a big momentum boost for Salem when they won the second set, but didn't capitalize and lost in 5 sets. Greensboro took 3 straight, and this is why we are here right now with these two teams playing each other. Muntrin's going to send it over, so Cougars going to look to go up 2-0 and not do what Salem did. Greensboro is going to try to make it 1-1, and if they do fall down 2-0, going to look to do the same thing they just did. Cougars pick up the point there.
And the Cougars able to pick up a service ace there. Patterson back to serve for the Cougars, 13-6.
And Eddie, I believe that is 5 of their 13 points have came from service aces. That is just something you don't see a lot of, especially this late in the volleyball season. You thought your team was not ready for all those simple mistakes that they don't want, but they did. Great hustle there by Meg Hopkins. As Muntrin's going to send a shot over. Tough play for the Pride to make. Averett's crowd is getting into it now in the Grant Center. And this is the advantages of having and hosting a home conference tournament game here. Have a great crowd out there as Michael Patterson doesn't get this one over.
Yeah, that's why you fight hard late in conference play in the regular season, is to get that home court advantage when it comes conference tournament time, because coaches know how big it is to have your home crowd right behind you cheering every point, because it makes your team that much better. It makes your team better by, I would say 5 levels or 5 octaves, however you want to measure it. It makes your team that much better to have that home crowd right behind you. That's why Texas A&M has the 12th man, and the Seahawks are so good. When crowds come out, teams perform well. Service error against Greensboro makes it 15-8 for the Cougars. Service error for the Cougars now. 9-15 as Greensboro picks up a point. So here we go. Lauren Montre up to serve for the Cougars, 16-9. Cougars, another good attack there. 17-9. The Cougars look like they're going to take the second set in dominating fashion. But Montre, as you mentioned, we saw this last game. You can knock out Greensboro out. They went down 2-0 in the last game and battled back and had 3 unanswered sets, and really 3 unanswered dominating sets, as Mackenzie Miller was looking for the no-look touch over.
And Eddie, I think that's one thing to show what this Greensboro College team is made about. They could be down right now 9 points, but they've shown before that they have fought back. And they look to do so soon here. Now down 9-18, taking the timeout. We'll be right back here on the Sports Network.
Montran back to serve for the Cougars out of the timeout break. 18-9 is the score. Mangum, too much power, carries out past the back line. So Greensboro will pick up a point there. Great job to keep it alive by the Cougars as it clipped the net. Mangum almost mismeasured where the ball would go. 18-11, Greensboro looking to be on a run, looking for Egbers. So this will bring on Dedez and Scolo for the Cougars. Scolo. Service ace for Harper Scolo. How about that? Scolo having one heck of a game when it comes to serving. I believe that's her fourth service ace of the game.
Not even of the game. This set, indeed. I mean, so yes, 4 total for the game, but 4 in one set is just uncalled for.
And you got to think, as a volleyball coach, points off of serves are optimal because it requires minimal effort from your team. You don't have to do much running around. It keeps your team fresh. It's just probably the best way to get points. 8-point advantage for your Cougars. This is Carly, or Olivia Norris, was back to serve. And Euler not able to get a hand up under that ball. So Hopkins in for Shropshire to serve. 21-12 advantage. Euler. Now it's Greensboro trying to find O'Neal. Montran, great dig. Miller sends it over, almost no look. Montran. Miller finds Dedez. And Dedez finds a point to put on the board. 22-12 Cougars with a commanding 10-point advantage here in the second set. That's Haley Stout trying to make something happen. (23-12) is the score. Hopkins back to serve for the Cougars. Looking for O'Neal as Greensboro. Great dig by Hopkins, but even better attack from Greensboro. This will bring on Haley Stout to serve. Stout ranked second on the team with 257 kills. She's tallied 221 digs, 32 blocks, and 25 service aces. Haley Stout definitely a key member on this team. Hopkins, Miller, Mangum brings the heat, 24-13. This brings on Casey Jo Harris in place of Stout. Hopkins, Miller sends it over, tries to be super discreet. Here's Miller looking, Montran, and it finds the hardwood. Cougars take set number 2. We'll be back with set number 3 right here on the Averett Sports Network. And here we are in the third set of play here in the second round of the USA South Conference Tournament. One of the big key players for Averett has been Lauren Montran. She leads the team with 338 kills, tied for number 4 in the conference. She's also tallied 414 digs, 20 blocks, and 23 service aces. Averett enters play having won the 2019 USA South East Division title with a 17-15 overall record and a 14-2 overall conference mark. The Cougars have won 8 out of their last 10 conference matchups, with the only blemishes coming against William Peace University. The Cougars host the USA South Conference Tournament quarterfinals on Tuesday at 7:30 p.m. That is right now. And that is Averett, the number 1 ranked Averett, playing against the number 5 seeded Greensboro College. What a play there from Miller to Barnes.
And up to 2-0 early here are the Cougars. Miller back to serve this one away.
Service error there from Mackenzie Miller.
That one stays in for a service ace. Also, another point there. Montran couldn't get under that one all the way. Well, she did, but the ball took a weird bounce off her hand as she dug into it. This is going to be Magnum.
And this is the set in the last game where we saw Greensboro do very well when they were down 2-0.
And Coach Danny Miller not happy with the call there. Nevertheless, the game now tied at 3. Good block there by the Greensboro Pride. And that one stays in for Sharpshire. She tiptoes it in the back right corner. Excuse me, back left corner, should I say, to put the Cougars back on top.
Greensboro with a 2-point advantage. Great dig there by Euler, but it just came off of her hands so hard that it went flying out of bounds. So on comes seniors Madison Nadez and Harper Scullo, who in the last set had 5 service aces. In the last set, had 5 service aces, not in the game, in the last set. Cougars trying to keep that one alive. Greensboro, great attack there. And they hold a 2-point advantage now, does the Pride.
And Eddie, though it's early, kind of looks like the Pride is just, just staying around. I mean, they're up right now 6-4, and do we not remember what they did last game on this floor? Now they're up 7-4 as they pick up the service ace there. Pick up another service ace, do they? 8-4.
Greensboro look in the mirror, the exact way they won last time with a 4-point lead right here.
Down 2-0 here. Gonna have to win 3 straight to go on top and take care of business. Magnum's gonna get set up here. She's gonna try to find a soft spot, just can't. Magnum's gonna send it right back over, and this time finds the hardwood. 8-5 now. Cougars are down. Back to serve is number 17, freshman Meg Hopkins. Great defense there by Averett's front line. Madison Dedez and Mackenzie Miller. And Dedez sends a shot. Great dig there by the Pride. Miller's going to set up Muntrin. Muntrin's going to find Hollywood. Cougars pick up yet another point. Now tied at 8. Great hustle there by Micah Patterson as Amaya Mangum picks up yet another point for the Cougars on their attack.
And that was Stout trying to go opposite court there all the way across the face of the net. What a save there from Greensboro, able to keep that alive. Had two players working off of the court.
Maynard tries to find a soft spot. Great hustle there by the Pride. Hopkins gets under it. Miller's going to set up Maynard, and that one's going to stay in. Pride pick up the point there. Hopkins gets under that one. And that one's going to stay in. Maynard's going to pick up yet another point.
And that's going to be a double tap against Mackenzie Miller. And Coach Miller right there to correct Miller on her attack form there. Timeout against the Cougars. 11-10. Greensboro leads by 1 here in the third set of action right here in the Grant Center. are back live here. Greensboro with the lead. They lead 11-10 in the third set. This is their elimination set. The Cougars lead 2-0 in set play. Mangum, great hustle. Hades tries the attack. Great defense there by Greensboro. And the Cougars pick up a point, and their crowd getting into it, getting behind them. And actually, the Cougars lead 12-0 here.
The Pride set him up. Mackenzie Miller there. Miller's going to try this time for the kill. Almost got it. Muntrin tries to find a soft spot, just can't. Going to call a double tap on.
So here we go, Micah Patterson back to serve for the Cougars. Greensboro looking to get back on track here, and they will with a service error. Serve here by Dixie Falk.
Great hustle there by Mangum. It's going to be Muntrin. Great dig there by the Pride. Cougars pick up the point there, 11-15. Excuse me, 11-14. Cougars are on top. Miller back to serve. Miller digs it out. Chop just going to punch it over.
Folk looking for Euler. Euler not able to get all of that ball. Montran almost finds a point there. That was Egbers trying to push it past the Cougar defense. Great dig there by Greensboro. Patterson. Miller looking Shropshire. Egbers goes over. 3-point lead for the Cougars, and the Pride, that is, cut that to just 2. Out of bounds goes the Cougars, so 1 point on the board goes Greensboro. One-point lead for the Cougars now. Mangum has to try to send it over, and it hits the net. So Coach Miller digging into his team now, telling them to continue to play volleyball. 14-14. And that's Haley Stout. Timeout. Cougars 15-14. Greensboro with a 1-point lead. 15-14, Greensboro leads it here in set number 3. Cougars lead set play 2-0 on Montran finding the back tie corner there. Looking for Egbers is Greensboro. Egbers not able to get a hold of that one completely.
And apply to pick up that point.
So here we go. Grace Goins stepping back to serve for the Pride. Patterson. Miller goes Shropshire. Great dig there by Falk. Egbers almost picks up a point for her team. Almost picks up another point for her team. Great hustle there by the Cougars. Goins. Falk going Egbers. Egbers gets a hold of that one. Shropshire with a great dig there. Miller sends it over. Euler, Falk looking stout. Point Greensboro. Unconventional point there from the Cougars. Looked like Barnes was kind of behind the ball. So Scolo and Dedez both come onto the court for Barnes and Patterson. Scolo will step back to serve. Greensboro still with a 1-point lead. Scolo with a service error there. So here we go now. Greensboro sends Olivia Norris back to serve. They hold a 2-point advantage. Great job there by Greensboro. Now they hold a 3-point lead.
Pride are on a roar here, Eddie.
I was about to say the Pride are storming through the scoreboard right now with a 4-point lead. 20-16 is the score here in the third set. Great job by Montran to watch that one go out of bounds. Service error for Greensboro. This will bring on Meg Hopkins to serve.
Cougars could use a run in them right here.
Stout. They're going to go back to her. And they pick up the point, 21-17. Greensboro, that's going to be a service ace for Greensboro. 22-17 should be the score. Stout, goes Norris, goes Euler, Patterson. And the Cougars just barely keep it alive, but Greensboro picks up the point. 23-17 now. Patterson. Miller looking to Dez, and Dez air mills it out past the back line. 24-17 now. And it looks like Greensboro, I don't want to give them the commentator's curse, so we're going to wait until after this point right here, 24-17. Hopkins with a great dig. Miller looking to go Montran. Grace Goins right up under it. They're going to go Euler. And Greensboro picks up the point. Greensboro wins the third set just like they did in the last game. Set play, 2-1, Cougars lead. We're headed to set number 4. And we're back after Greensboro is able to bring home set number 3. Just like they did in the last game, they go down 2-0, and they battled back last game. They won 3 straight unanswered sets. Dixie Folk back to serve for the Pride. Miller keeps it alive. So the Cougars split the first 2 points. Greensboro picks up 1, Cougars pick up 1. So Micah Patterson, the libero, will step back to serve.
pick up another point there. 3-1 on top early. I know Danny Miller got after him in the last timeout. Eddie felt his team did not play their best volleyball. Tell by the look on his face. Patterson sends this one over.
And that ball stays in bounds for a Greensboro point. 3-2 now. Greensboro trails by just 1. And they send back Carly Euler to serve. Point actually goes to the Cougars. And it looks like a yellow card will be assessed. I think the players on the court for Greensboro were kind of complaining about the call that the ref made. So here we go, 4-2, Cougars lead. Stout, Patterson able to get up under it. Miller looks to find Montran. Point Cougars. Cougars with a 3-point lead.
Excuse me.
Mackenzie Miller back to serve. Almost picked up a service ace there. Stout able to get up under it. Great dig by her. Ball goes out of bounds from Greensboro. So the Cougars with a 4-point advantage. Miller with a high arcing serve there. Almost fell right on the other side of the net. Beautiful serve from Miller, but Greensboro even better dig. And the Cougars finally win on the other side of the rally, 7-2. Got to think a timeout comes soon, and it does. Coach Stout, or Coach Troop, excuse me, will call a timeout. 7-2, Cougars lead by 5. Miller back to serve for the Cougars. 5-point advantage for the Averett Cougars. If you're an Averett fan, you're happy. If you're a Greensboro fan, you want your girls to rally from 5 and win here. Miller looks to load up Shropshire and does. Great dig there. That was O'Neill, I believe. Oh, that was Dixie Folk on the dig. And Greensboro picks up the point. Grace Goins back to serve. And sails out of bounds. Grace Goins almost able to paint the lines there, almost able to sneak it in on this side of the back line, but the Cougars pick up the point nonetheless. 8-3. Montran back to serve. Nice line drive serve there. Natalie Rosinski with a nice attack. So here we go. Olivia Norris back to serve. Greensboro trails by 4 early in this fourth set. Patterson sets up Shropshire. Shropshire able to find hardwood. This will bring on Harper Scolo and Madison Dedez. Ball sails out of bounds off the hands of the Cougars. So Greensboro picks up another point. They still trail by 4 here, trying to get over that 4-point speed bump. This brings back on Micah Patterson.
Sharpshot picks up the point there, finds hardwood. Meg Hopkins now back to serve.
So Hopkins in, Casey Joe Harris in for Greensboro. Great attack there, great setup from Miller and Dedez.
And 11-5 now. Just to let you know, if the Cougars do win this game, they will be on this court again Friday night. That was a double tap. They will be on this court Friday night. Do not know who against yet. But we will let you know as soon as we will find out, and we will be back on air broadcasting the game, of course, for you. Cougars pick up yet another one.
13-5 for the Cougars now. That's an 8-point advantage. Let's see what Greensboro can pull out of its sleeve. Natalie Wazinski trying to make something happen.
$14-5 now. Hopkins sends it over. Good defense there by Averett's front line. Pride has to send it over, and they do. It's going to be Dedez. Great dig there by the Pride. Pride sent it over on their third hit. Miller's going to set up Mangum, and she's going to do what she does best, find the hardwood. Service ace there, this time for Meg Hopkins, and you have to think a timeout may come soon. 5-16 now it is.
$16-5 is your score. That's an 11-point lead for the Cougars, and on cue, Greensboro. Greensboro able to pick up a point there. Cut that deficit down to just 10. Rosinski will step back to serve. Montran, great hustle by Montran to get the ball back into play, and Mangum brings the heat, but Rosinski able to handle. Rosinski will send it over. Hopkins looking Miller, and Dedez brings the heat right down the middle. And Patterson almost had that dig, but her foot slipped. So Greensboro trying to battle back. Cougars able to get back to their scoring ways here. 17-7 here in set number 4.
Cougars just 8 points off from ending this. That's Mangum.
And Dez with a delicate touch me over there. Able to pick up a point for her Cougars, 18-7. We mentioned this is a game of runs. Let's see what Greensboro can do. Interesting that Sarah Egbers is not on the court right now. No Egbers, no Haley Stout. No Dixie Folk. Like, that is super interesting, but I mean, I'm not a coach by any means, so there has to be a reason Coach Troop has to love this lineup that he has right here. And on cue, in comes Sarah Egbers and Dixie Folk. 19-8 as Folk will step back to serve for the Pride. Patterson, Miller going, Montran.
There it is. Mackenzie Miller picks it up, finally looking for it all game, Eddie. And usually it hits the floor first, but even if it makes it tough on the defenders to pick it up, she finally gets it. 8-20 now, Cougars on top. Patterson back to serve.
Patterson, great dig. Grace Goins looking Euler trying to go on the back line. Montran, great attack there. Catches Greensboro off guard. Cougars out in front. Euler and Greensboro picks up the point. And it was a double tap against the Cougars. 21-9 as Haley Stout comes back on. Carly Euler steps back to serve. Greensboro not looking to go down easy.
Greensboro picks up back-to-back points there. That one's going to sail out of bounds. Cougars just now 3 points away from continuing their run to the USA South Tournament Championship. (22-10). Miller on the serve. Folk. Greensboro stays alive here. And they were trying to find Freed, but Freed ran into the net as she was trying to attack. 23-10, Miller still on the serve. Mangum, great dig. Point goes to Greensboro, 11-23. Greensboro trying to make a comeback here. Grace Goins back to serve here for the Pride. Mangum. Miller looking Montran. And she will pick up the point. That comes off the hands of Euler. (24-11), Montran on the serve. Point goes to Greensboro. 24-12.
Stepping back to serve is Olivia Norris. Ball goes out of bounds off of the hands of Greensboro, and the Cougars take home set number 4. They will be at home to take on the winner of either Huntington or the winner of the Covenant Piedmont game Friday, November 8th, either 4 p.m. or 6:30 p.m. We'll be right here on the Averett Sports Network. We want to thank you for joining us, and we want to wish you a happy rest of your week.